is Jeremy Page, and I am a sophomore at the University of Arkansas. And it was 2 years ago that I stood before the school board and administration, and I spoke to you all with my concerns about your treatment of Louisville High School as well as its future. I spoke in a bombastic fashion, to say the least, stemming from my frustration from all the recent decisions that have been made, from the hiring of a mediocre head football coach, what was the recent passage of the bond resolution that ordered the construction of these two 9th and 10th grade campuses. My concerns about the direction of the school board did not come from a desire for some sort of personal gain, but for a desire to have a successful future for all Louisville High School students. And so I found it appalling when I learned that the administration for the future LHS campuses came up and insinuated that the parents and members of the community who were against this plan were not fighting for what's best for the students, but instead fighting their own self-interest. These parents have kids that are and will be affected by this plan. However, can the same be said about the administration officials who devised it? It wasn't long before that I made my original speech 2 years ago that I actually defended the school board and administration. When people would complain about you guys, I was just thinking about how there are members of the school board that graduated from Louisville High School, members that have been one-time active champions of the Louisville community, and even a member that I had known my entire life. I always assumed that these people were looking out for the best interest of the entire school district. Why wouldn't they be? As the year progressed, though, I learned more and more about the decisions that were to be made that would adversely affect LHS and the future students there. I could defend the school board no longer. I could no longer say that Louisville ISD was looking out for Louisville. And it's truly unfortunate that these people in here don't feel like that they have a school board that listens to their concerns, that they don't have a voice when it comes to their children's education. The situation we have today is not what I believe to be what the Louisville Task Force wanted. We did not want there to be a brand new building going into use. We didn't want a prolonged process that would pit neighbor against neighbor and teacher against teacher. We didn't want Louisville to be treated as a guinea pig to yet another experiment that may or may not work at the expense of not only millions of dollars, but the education of future students. If the school board had listened to the residents of Louisville and the teachers of LHS, we wouldn't be in the position that we are in now. And I'm sure the decision has already been made in your minds, and so pretty much regardless of what I had to say tonight, it probably wouldn't have mattered. We've been speaking about our concerns for years with no response. Because of that, the residents of Louisville can no longer trust most of their school board members to do what is best for Louisville students. And the only word to describe that is shameful. Thank you.
Page Shutter. Alicia.
Jeremy, I remember the meeting you were at. Good job then and good job today. Good evening, school board members and Dr. Waddell. Tonight I stand before you still hopeful that the 910 plan will come to a halt and that you will choose one of the other options for the building on 3040. However, I'm also a realist and I've been to or watched all of the meetings on this topic for the last several years. I understand most of you have already made up your mind on how you're going to vote. But if for any reason the 910 plan stands, the next task will be for the boundaries of these schools. I ask you to look at the boundary lines and draw them according to the middle school boundaries, not along Fox Avenue. I understand the number crunchers in the district will tell you that the socioeconomic lines are drawn at Fox Avenue, but I could care less about those. I care more about the children, my children's friends. At the end of 5th grade, half the children of Lakeland will go to Delay, and the other half to have fines. They've spent the last 6 years at Lakeland making friends, and now they're divided. Then, just 3 short years later, I see the Lake children split once again from their friends, half north, half south. To divide these children from their friends once is bad enough, but to divide twice, that's just cruel. You have told us that you hope this 910 plan will unite the LHS feeder family. How can you know that our families will unite as you divide them to something bigger? At the workshop meeting before spring break, Ms. Flores spoke of the heartbreak of her families at the news of her leaving, but the peace of knowing that those children would follow her to Kilo. With the Fox Avenue plan, this is not always the case. Her children, the ones we are working to keep in school, to give the extra support they supposedly need, are divided between North and South campuses. Similar divisions are happening across town in Hedrick. With 4 middle schools and 2 910 campus, Mr. Ferguson, it doesn't take number sense math to see that 2 middle schools should feed into 1 910 campus.
Thank you. The next card I have is Kim West.
Good evening, Dr. Waddell and school board members. I want to commend you for listening to the people. You have actively sought feedback from all aspects of the community and seem genuinely interested in balancing what is best for our kids and our schools. Educational performance is the #1 objective in our schools by our principals, our teachers, and all of our administrators. The leaders of our schools that have made the 9th grade center a huge success are the leaders that strongly support this 9-10 approach. Why would we not believe in our leaders? It is you, our leaders, our principals, our teachers, our school board members. You are the visionaries that are taking LHS and LISD to a whole new level. Whether it's drawing boundary lines that geographically balance the two 9-10 campuses, or finding ways to create cohesion and tradition between all 3 campuses, I believe that the 9-10 campus approach is going to be LISD's next greatest achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The last card I have is Marion Jansen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here today to support the 9th and 10th grade campuses and the Louisville High School's 11th and 12th high school. I am actually here speaking for my 2 daughters who are currently in 7th and 8th grade, and they have watched this new school build up from the bottom up, and they're looking forward to going to that school. This is my 8th grader would have been here to say to speak her voice if she could. She would have said she wants to go to the school. And I have 2 other kids who are in elementary, so I'm going to have actually 4 kids that will be going and using the school. And I fully support it. I know about the transportation. My daughter is going to be in orchestra, so she will be going to the main campus. She'll be meeting the upperclassmen. She has the opportunity to do that. And now she also wants to do Latin, which I think she will be there in the main campus doing that. But Mr. Plumper has told me that then we have some of the foreign language teachers come to the different campuses and teach them. So that cuts down on transportation. And I see the 9th and 10th grade campus as being a neighborhood school. So I can actually take my kids to school in the morning and bring them home in the evenings. And I think that's saving textiles right there. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And I don't worry about splitting up the kids, because I will be having a 7th grader right now and an 8th grader. They will be together in 9th and 10th grade. And that suits me fine, suits my husband fine, and my family. So I'm here as a mother, as a parent of 4 children that will be going into Louisville High School at some point in support of this. Thank you so much, and please vote for this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.